23 after 8 as the time reads in the studio. Thank you so much for deciding to start your morning with us and for sticking with us all the way up until now. We're segueing into a very important conversation, and as advertised, COP Alex Mensah, retired, joins us now via Zoom. COP, good morning to you.
Good morning, my dear sister.
How are we doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing very well. And you?
I'm doing fantastic. I hope it's not too late to wish you a happy new year.
No.
All right.
Once you are in the new year, you can wish me anytime.
Absolutely. Well, a happy new year to you, and thank you so much for joining us on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. I know the year has started out for you very energetically indeed. Towards the end of last year, of course, you were front and center. And now we know that you have your eyes firmly on the Bekwai seat. How have the preparations been going as far as clinching that seat for the NPP? COP, if you can hear me, please unmute your mic for me. Are you able to hear me, please?
Yeah, please, I can hear you.
Yes, perfect. I wanted to find out, how have the preparations been going towards clinching the Bekwai seat?
Thank you, my dear sister. Let me use this opportunity to greet all your listeners and wish them a happy new year. So far, so good. So far, so good. Preparations have been going on very well. Campaign messages have been getting into the ears of the delegates, and they are ready now to vote for COP George Alex.
Now, all right. Hopefully the line is... COP, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my
perfect.
dear.
Now, for the people of the Bekwai constituency, what would you say are some of the pressing issues that need attention in that constituency?
The people of Bekwai constituency, one of the important attention that is needed here is unity within this constituency. If you remember, last election, 2020, we had an independent candidate who was a strong MPP member. So the best thing for us to do now is to make sure that we unite all our forces so that we go and fight this breaking the age issue. Because if we get ourselves divided again, it's
COP, I think we're losing you a little bit. The sound keeps dropping.
Yes.
Okay, you're back. Yes.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that we need unity to fight these elections. We need unity. 2020, there was a division, and we don't need that anymore. So what is needed most in the constituency for now is to unify all the forces.
Okay.
So that we go to the fight for the breaking the age.
So you say unity is one factor that needs to be looked at. What about what about developmental needs? What are some of the needs in the constituency?
One of the developmental needs is about our youth. Our youth. The jobs. Most of them have finished schools, have finished universities, have finished SHS, have finished training colleges, and they are staying home. We need to find a way of getting all these boys and girls working.
All right, now...
Which is very important.
Now, you have now been retired now, I think, what is it, about 3 or 4 months?
Yeah.
I believe thereabouts, about 3 or 4 months now. And for many, they would have thought that this would be the time that you wanted to put your feet up, to relax, if you will. We know that you are a lawyer, a chartered accountant, so maybe something a little bit more easygoing, if you will. But you've decided that you want to serve the people of Bekwai. Why this pipeline from police service to parliamentary service? Has that always been the plan? And why so?
I see myself as one person who can help the people of Bekwai, who can serve the people of Bekwai very well. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to use my experience, my knowledge to assist the youth, to assist the community for their development. So I don't see why I should go and relax if I have all these knowledge, I have the strength to do this for my community. If I don't do that, then I'm being selfish. I shouldn't think of myself alone. I should think of my people. If my people needs me to come and serve them, why should I relax?
But one might say that that is something you were actively already sort of assisting with even before you made your MP-ship ambitions known. So, for example, assisting with boreholes, assisting in the constituency, you were quite prominent in that sphere of life, if you will. Isn't that something that could have, been carried on without going into the House of Parliament? Make that distinction for us.
You see, that one, you will be doing it from your own pocket.
Okay.
And there's little that you can do. But once you get to Parliament, you have the opportunity to go into the government sector and then fighting for development for your community. You use your knowledge to assist whoever. So yes, I was doing it, but I need to do more.
Now, for the uninitiated COP, and if you don't mind, we're still calling you COP. Is that the norm, that even after retirement, you are still referred to as COP? And also, COP, just to ensure that this interview goes smoothly, I believe every time the camera rotates, it interferes with the sound. So if we can maybe block the auto rotate, and then we can hear you. I wanted to find out about your history with the police service, when it started. Talk us through that journey.
Oh, I started the police service in 1st January 1992. And I retired in 17th September 2023.
Long-standing service.
1 year, 9 months.
A very long time with the service.
Yes, very, very.
One would say that you've seen a lot. You've seen a lot that has happened within these over 30 years in the service. What would you say was a significant highlight in your policing career?
Significant highlight would be difficult to say, because for me, wherever I went and whatever work I did it fit and say this is significant among all the rest. No, I can't.
Right. Now, speaking again about the Bekwai constituency, beg your pardon, that this has become quite topical because of your profile, if you will. And of course, towards the end of last year, we saw you catapulted into the spotlight. For some, they had they hadn't been introduced to you. Others might have remembered you from the days of the Ayawaso Wargon Fraka. They knew of you then. Towards, again, the end of last year, we hear COP Alex Mensah caught up in what one might call a scandal, if you will. Then all of a sudden, we get to know COP Alex Mensah. Before we knew of your presidential ambitions, there was a committee probe because we knew that a certain tape had leaked, it had gone viral, and everybody wanted to get to the bottom of the saga. Fast forward, the year is 2024. And I know this is something that you've answered across different media platforms. But for my listeners, they want to get to know COP Alex Mensah and why all of this noise surrounding COP Alex Mensah. Some are privy to the committee happenings last year. Some also are not privy to that. They might know you from Honorable Joe Wise endorsing your candidacy. we heard sometime last week of a purported report that had come out from the committee. Honorable Atachian, the chair of said committee, came out to squash that. But in the midst of this frenzy, how do you forge ahead with your MP ambition? Does that deter you? Does that make you want to pause instead of going forward? Talk to us about detangling yourself from the happenings of last year and how you're able to move forward. Some might have thought that that would have stopped your ambitions, what went on late last year.
Thank you, my dear sister. You see, in life, no, it cannot happen. There are times going forward, you have a lot of problems. But that does not mean that you should be disturbed. I am not disturbed about these happenings. It just pushed me forward. Once I have an ambition, whatever happens, I see it as a roadblock that I need to jump. And I would definitely jump it. Do not disturb me at all. I'm focused, and I need to do what I want to do, regardless of whatever happens.
Well, COP, this is no small roadblock at all. You would agree with that?
It's not small roadblock, but in life, that's what happens. Anybody who thinks that he is going to have smoothness in life, then you should be very careful. But there will be roadblocks, and you need to jump those roadblocks and go forward.
Now, COP, one might describe you as a fairly polarizing character. So that for others,
I didn't hear that.
I said some might describe you as a fairly polarizing character, a polarizing individual, a polarizing man. And by that, I mean this. When we watched you during that probe, and I had the chance to, follow along with the journey, of course, because of my line of work, make sure that I'm kept abreast. So I managed to watch quite a bit of the proceedings, and I also measured the temperature across the board. What do the populace make of COP Alex Mensah? On the one hand, COP, some said that they thought you were quite courageous, quite bold. But on the flip side, some of the commentary was not as flattering. Maybe that confidence was misconstrued. And I'm sure that's something that, you've been made aware of. At least you've also tested the pulse. You've heard this. Because at the height of it, I'm sure your family was also a bit worried. They were concerned. They were also hearing some of these kinds of comments. How do you balance the two? Are you surprised that that is the commentary that was running during that time?
Thank you, my dear. I wasn't surprised at all. In life, that is it. Whatever you say, some people will misinterpret it. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. Even when you
I beg your pardon, COP. Every time the camera moves, the sound goes off. Can you repeat your answer for me, please?
FM 92.7.
My sister, what I'm saying
Yes.
is that whatever you do, people will misinterpret it. They will give different meaning. That's what happens in life.
COP, apologies. Is there any way that we can set it so that maybe the camera doesn't move? Every time it rotates, the sound goes off a little bit for us. So maybe if there's a way to get the auto rotate to turn off, apologies for that.
Yeah, the problem is that I'm receiving calls.
I see.
Which are disturbing.
I see.
Because, we are now in a campaign period.
Everybody is trying to reach you.
Yes. That's
Okay,
the matter.
we'll do our best to ensure that there are less disruptions. For those of you who are listening, time check, it is some 38 minutes past the hour of 8. We're now speaking with COP Alex Mensah, retired, and I'm sure many of you have heard that name. We're getting into his parliamentary aspirations, what is going on as he fights to take over the Bekwai seat, and also we know he was at the center of some controversy last year. What is happening in 2024? That's what we're discussing this morning. I've just been asking COP Alex Mensah what he makes of the polarizing commentary that has been running since the scandal unfolded. COP Mensah, do you think you have been unfairly portrayed in the last few months?
Unfairly portrayed by a group of people, not everybody. And that is out. That is okay.
Who are these people that you are making reference to?
You don't ever expect that everybody is going to praise you in whatever you do. You can be doing the best, but people will not appreciate it, and they will misinterpret it and use it to make propaganda against you.
COP Mensah, are these people in the NPP? Are these people in the NDC? Are you referring to colleagues in the police service, the general public?
Once you are going for a competition, then you should expect that you will have people who will do whatever they can to make sure that you don't succeed. Because when you succeed, they have lost. You understand, my dear? So that one is it's normal. It's normal. For some of us who have worked in the public service for a very long time, this is not the first time we're experiencing this. It's normal. You only have to concentrate on your vision, your mission, your aspiration, and work with those who can help you achieve your objectives. That's it.
Now, COP Alex Mensah, would you say that you are the right man for the job? I'm asking this question because if and I'm putting out this scenario. One might say that COP Alex Mensah has baggage. Maybe there's too much drama, as we say, surrounding the character. I beg your pardon, COP, I didn't catch that.
I didn't hear you.
So I was asking off the back of that question if you believe you are the best man for the job. And I'm asking because would you not agree that there's a lot of, let's say, baggage, maybe, some might call it drama, if you will, that surrounds you, that might put certain members of the constituency off voting for you because it might appear that there is some uncertainty in the air. What do you make of that the future is unknown?
Some may see it as baggage. Some may see it as blessing.
How do you see it?
And some have also seen my true character because of what happened.
What is that one thing about COP Alex Mensah that you wish that we knew? There have been all sorts out in the media, but from yourself, what is that one thing that you wish the populace knew about you?
One thing about COP Alex Mensah is that he's truthful. He speaks the truth regardless of wherever or whoever. He will always speak the truth. And he will do what is right.
So by that assertion, I get the impression, COP Alex Mensah, that there's not too much worry about what could possibly come out of that committee probe. I say that because there have been some alleged leaks that has been debunked already. But of course, it would appear that your fate hangs in the balance. We're still awaiting a response. Why are you so confident that that will have no impact on your parliamentary ambitions?
My dear sister, I knew exactly what happened. And I know that I've not committed any crime. I've not committed any offense. I am aware of that. So I can tell you confidently that nothing will be found against COP George Alex Mensah, retired.
Are you not
Nothing.
afraid that your three other opponents will use this against you?
That is exactly what they are doing, and it will not work because the truth will definitely.
You say that is already what is happening.
Yes, exactly. But it will not work because my people, they know the truth. They know the caliber of person that I am. They've been here with me for a long time and they know me very well.
Now, amongst the three candidates, the three other candidates vying for this seat, who would you say is your strongest contender or strongest opponent?
I don't see any strongest contender. All of us are equal. But I see myself as the best person to represent the constituency.
Now, we've seen Honorable Joseph Osei Owusu, as we call him, Joe Wise, throw his weight behind you. Why is that?
Yes, as a wise man. It's a wise decision.
You say it's a wise decision.
For almost 16 good years. He has been in parliament for almost 16 good years.
Mm.
And he knows what he's talking about. He knows the person who can represent him, who can succeed him. Since my video is off, I don't know.
No, we can still see
me?
Yes, we can still see you clearly.
See me?
Yes, we can still see you clearly. Are you able to hear me?
Okay. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. So you were just saying that Honorable Osei Owusu has been in Parliament for 16 years. He knows what he's talking about when he endorses you.
He knows what he's talking about. He knows it. And he knows who can continue his good job that he's still doing. He's the right person to point out who can represent this constituency because he has been there for almost 16 good years.
Do you not think Honorable Joe Wise has gone ahead of himself to approve you, put a stamp of approval on you even before the committee comes out with its findings? Is he as confident as you are?
Fortunately, Honorable Joe Wise is a member of parliament, so he knows what has gone on over there. Fortunately.
So, COP Alex Mensah, permit me to go a few steps back into late last year as you were, the center of this IGP leaked probe, saga as the committee tried to unravel or get to the truth of the matter. What is your current relationship with the IGP?
For now, I'm a retired officer. I'm pursuing my politics. IGP is a police officer. We don't have any relationship.
It would appear that your paths, however, are crossing.
Pardon me?
It would appear that yourself and the IGP's path still appears to cross. You say you are retired, or he is, of course, the IGP, but for whatever reason, you are still connected, or your paths are still connected. Why is that?
Is it connected? In what way?
Very recently, we heard you make some allegations leveled against the IGP. That indicates you are still connected in some way. He has some interest, you would say, in your parliamentary ambitions.
Yes. Is it because of what was happening?
So please expand on that for us.
It's because of something that happened in my constituency, which I've spoken about it, and I don't intend to go along that line anymore because I've said a lot about that, and I've given it to the appropriate authorities, and I know they are looking at it. So I don't want to go out saying anything about that one.
So this is something that you say you have reported or escalated?
Yes.
What sort of impact do you think that's going to have on your chances ahead of the a decision for the seat for Bekwai?
No impact at all. Nothing. Nothing. Zero. It is even going to assist me.
So, COP Alex Mensah, would you advise the IGP or on critical issues, critical security matters concerning the land?
For now,
Indeed.
yes, we have a police council who advises the IGP. I'm not a member of the police council.
For now, your focus, you say, is on
My
Bekwai.
focus is to make sure that I represent my people in the Asante Bekwai constituency. That's my focus.
But I'm asking this because of your wealth of experience, over 30 years plus in the police service.
Anybody who needs my advice in security matters can call me and I will give it for now.
Right. And if you are...
My concentration is in my constituency.
So in the event, for example, COP Alex Mensah, that you are successful in this bid and become the MP for the Bekwai constituency, would it be your desire to sit on the, for example, I believe it's the Defense or the Security Committee in Parliament? Defense and Interior Committee in Parliament.
Once I get to Parliament and the leaders of my political party decides to put me in that committee, I cannot refuse it.
So, again, on a committee like that, for example, you would be working quite closely with people like the IGP, personalities like the IGP. Is that something that you believe you could do harmoniously?
Why not? I don't hate people. I speak my mind on issues. You understand? Not about your personality. It's about what you are doing. If you are doing the right thing, fine. If you are doing the wrong thing, regardless of who you are, I will say it.
Because I'm sure you've been privy to some of those sentiments that COP Alex Mensah has a serious gripe with the personality of the IGP. You're saying that's not the case?
No, not the personality. Not the personality. No. It's about the things that you do.
Right.
I don't hate people. But I hate things that you do wrong, but not the person. That's totally different things. I hope you get it.
I'm following COP Mensah. I'm following.
Yes, that's it.
Right.
That's it.
Now, another aspect or leg of this conversation that has become quite topical, and I'm glad that you joined us this morning, is this issue of members of the police service who have a desire to, be part of parliament or be part of government business, for example. They say the pipeline from police service to the House of Parliament sometimes looks quite interesting. Now, it's the case, COP Alex Mensah, that you would agree with me that policemen should not be involved in politics in a covert manner.
In a covert manner?
In an overt manner, I beg your pardon.
Overt manner.
In an overt manner, yes.
Yes. I want to agree with you.
Right.
So the law says you should not be involved in politics in an overt manner. Then the opposite is allowed, isn't it? Because if it is, you are not allowed in overt, then you are allowed in what? Covert.
Right. Do you believe that men in uniform should be involved in politics in an overt manner? What do you make of that rule, that assertion in the first place?
Once he is a human being, every human being is a political animal, and he has his own interests. So once he is doing what is not against the law, then he is right. I hope you understand me.
Okay. And I mean, the reason why I'm asking that is because, I mean, you're not the first serviceman or policeman to have, aspirations to work for government, to work in parliament, for example. The reason I'm asking is that for the constitution of many parties, the MPP included, there has to be some sort of active show in order to even stand as an MP. So for myself and for my listeners, we want to situate that in our minds. In practical terms, what does that look like for a policeman or police personnel in service who wants or wishes to get into Parliament? Is it the case that they have to wait? For example, the NPP says 2 years of activity. Or are you saying that there's a way that it is done or can be done?
Yes, the way that it is done.
Expand on that for us, COP Alex Mensah. Paint the picture for us.
You see, somebody was in the service, he resigned, and 2 weeks he went and competed even against a sitting MP, and he's now a member of Parliament.
You're referring to Honorable Peter Tobu, MP for Wa West.
Exactly. What was wrong with that? Nothing. You know how to do your own things. All what you need to do is that whatever you do covertly does not affect your professionalism as a police officer. That's it. Remain a professional whilst you are serving as a police officer. Whatever you do covertly, which is not a criminal offense, you don't commit any offense.
So you make that distinction that once you are doing, shall I say, your politics in a covert manner, that constitutes no crime, for example. You're committing no crime. You've done nothing wrong.
Yes, exactly.
Now, again, the MPP constitution says that you've got to be a card-bearing member. I know that issue has been flogged. You've been asked many times. We do know that you're a card-bearing member of the NPP. The party stipulates that you should be known, for example, and that... what are the other stipulations? Be known, be a card-bearing member for 2 years. Although the constitution can set that aside. You have to be active in your constituency. How have you been able to balance the two? And how active have you been in the constituency whilst a uniformed man?
Anywhere that I'm called, people ask this question.
That's right. I'm aware of that.
And the answer I give to them is that the vetting committee, they are aware of all these things and they qualified me because they know what I've been doing in my constituency.
And these things started a while ago, you would say?
Yes. Even at the vetting, I told them that I've been a member. I was born into that tradition and I've remained in that tradition. And I will remain in that tradition. I said it, didn't I?
You did indeed.
Yeah, so I've answered the question already.
So for things like drilling of boreholes and being active in the constituency, was that you laying the foundation for what we see today?
That was even recently. I started doing things long time ago.
You've been laying the foundation for a long time now.
Very, very long time. Because I need to help my people. Those things that I did, it was not meant for the party. It was meant for my people. The people that I'm going to serve. Because if you drill a borehole, it's not only MP people who is going to drink the water. It's the whole community, isn't it?
Everybody.
If you register about 1,500 kids on national insurance, it is not only MPP members. It's for the whole community. And this is exactly what I want to do. I want to come back and serve the community as a member of parliament. And you can only do so by using a political party.
Some people go independent. In fact, that's happened in your own constituency. What about that?
Oh, yes. That is, it happened, but it's happened because of something. But I don't want to do anything like that. No.
If you are unsuccessful in your bid to become the MP of the Bekwai constituency, what next?
I will be successful. But if, as you said, if happens, I'm still a member of the MPP. I'll still campaign for the New Patriotic Party to break the age. So that's what we need to do.
Breaking the age. This is the second time that you have mentioned that COP, Alex Mensah. That's something that's dear to your heart.
It's very important. We need to break the age to continue.
Why is that? Why is it important that the age be broken?
Yes, because we have the good policies to develop this country.
Well, COP Alex Mensah, since you mentioned policies that will help the people of Ghana, and for which reason you say we have to break the 8, in the last 8 years, can you point to some of the policies that you would back with your full chest, policies that you think will advance the cause of Ghana?
The first thing that I would say that we all know has helped this nation is free education.
Free SHS.
Free SHS. Yes. And some people are saying when they come, they are going to, I don't know, they are going to look at it and then change it.
We've had review.
Review it.
You don't agree with that the free SHS module must be reviewed?
Something that I've given to somebody free, and if you say you're coming to review, I don't get it. Maybe they have to explain what actually they are going to review.
But surely, COP Alex Mensah, you are aware of some of the issues that the free SHS policy is fraught with. Talk about school feeding, amongst others.
So they should let us know how are they going to review, what are they going to change. We suspect that when they come, they will cancel it because they said it. Anyhow.
So you say free SHS is a policy you back with your chest. Other policies that you think have been quite instrumental?
Look at the youth employment thing that the government is doing now. Trying to train our young guys to do certain things like
Hello, COP, are you still with us?
These are things that will create jobs for our boys, our girls.
Okay. I beg your pardon, COP Mensah, we lost you the last 30 seconds. Can you repeat that for us, please?
What I'm saying is that things that have been introduced by the youth, employment, the YEA.
Right.
Training our young guys on jobs, plumbing, hairdressing, tailoring, and all these things. It is going to create job opportunities for our young ones so that they will not just be queuing for jobs, always looking at government to employ them. Because government cannot employ everybody. And this is very important.
Right. Now, COP Alex Mensah, you mentioned free SHS, some of the interventions for the youth. You talk about the youth employment agencies. I know security, of course, is your area, having served in the police service for over 30 years. What about existing policies by the MPP that you think have been beneficial to the security of Ghana?
You know, when it comes to security, there are certain things that you cannot talk about it in public. So when you're talking about security, you have to be cautious.
Right.
You understand? But one thing that is good now is about the CCTV cameras that they've placed in so many places. So you may think that there is no police officer there, but the police are watching. which is very important.
So you say that enhanced police visibility.
It enhances visibility. And anytime a crime is committed along that vicinity, you go in for the camera.
Interestingly, I beg your pardon, COP Mensah, not to slight tackle you, because you mention enhanced police visibility, there are many who have attributed that enhanced visibility to IGP Dampare. Are you attributing that to him as well?
This started earlier before IGP Dampare came. It started long time ago.
Are you saying we can't give him credit for this enhanced or increased visibility?
Praises to where praises is due. It started long time ago. It's not just a new thing. You understand? The Police Visibility Department was formed by Inspector General of Police Al-Hassan. And all IGPs that have come keeps improving it.
In fact, a quick question. Operations such as Operation Calm Life, is that a creation of IGP Dampare, or did that exist before? Has that been remixed, if you will?
Operation Calm Life was there long time ago.
I see.
Long time ago.
But you'll admit, COP Alex Mensah, that IGP Dampare gave it some prominence, put the spotlight on it. I'm seeing more and more police these days on there's motorcades with police, Calm Life, you're always seeing them. Can you attribute that increased visibility of even those kinds of units to IGP Dampare?
Give what is due to who should be given. As I said, once you come and sit on the seat, you need to improve upon what the person you took over was doing. That is exactly what is happening. But don't just say that he is the one who brought it. No.
COP, you're now retired, so you can shed more light on this. You know, during all of the happenings of last year, the committee probe, we saw that the police service as a whole even was catapulted into more spotlight, if you will. Do you think some reforms in the service are necessary, and are you able to touch on what those reforms should look like?
There are certain things that I wouldn't want to talk about it here. I'm sorry.
Okay. So for that aspect, you say you keep that one to yourself for now.
Exactly.
Well, time check. It is some 6 minutes past the hour of 9. You are still live here on 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. We are chatting with COP Alex Mensah, retired, who is bidding to take the MP seat in the Bekwai constituency. Ahead of this interview, a lot of you had some questions. I think I've been able to ask as many of them as possible, or as many of them as COP Alex Mensah was willing to answer. COP, what happens as you get closer to the date of elections?
We are still campaigning. We are still talking to the delegates. Because as Sir John said, fear delegates.
Are you afraid of the delegates in Bekwai?
Yes, you have to fear delegates. So of course,
you fear them
constantly. You stand in front of you, give you all the promises. When he gets inside the box to vote, it's a totally different thing. So you have to make sure that constantly you deal with them, talk to them, speak to them, tell them your vision, let them understand what you can do to assist them. And that's exactly what you're doing.
Fear delegates, even though you have Joe Wise in your corner. I think that should make things very easy for you.
Yes.
COP Alex Mensah, retired. He says fear delegates. Thank you so much for your time this morning. This has truly been a fruitful conversation. I believe we've learned a thing or two that we didn't know about you this morning. I'm sure this won't be the last time we have some sort of interaction. I'm sure you'll still be in the spotlight for some time to come. Thank you again for your time this morning.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you very much. Thank all your listeners.
We're grateful. Well, we advertised it and we brought it to your doorstep.